Hi everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. Today is the 5th, but you'll be seeing, no, today is the 6th and you'll be seeing this on the 7th. I want to try to stay ahead and maybe I'm having surgery, my first knee replaced on the 9th. So I don't know if we're just going to totally skip those days or if I'm going to try to come up with content and make a couple of videos ahead. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. But we'll do the best that we can. So thank you for joining me in the yarn room today. So if you hear any loud screeching, the tornado warnings in my city just went off, and it wasn't even windy or raining. And I walked from down the hall to here, and all of a sudden it's very dark outside, and it's raining like a son of a gun. So let me show you. I'm just going to turn you to see out the window. I don't know if you can see how dark it is. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not, I mean, it wasn't like that when I walked upstairs. I'm like, why is the tornado warning even going off? It's not even raining or windy. The weather got here. And I probably should, right, be in the basement or something. But honestly, it's not that bad out. I mean, it's gusting, but it'll be okay. And actually, as I said, when I came out here, when I walked up the stairs, it wasn't even raining. And the sun was out. I'm like, how can this be? But I did see a dark cloud. So anyway, the house isn't shaking and we're safe. So I know we're good. And this is going to be a short video. But I want to mention, and thank you all so much for asking. Roy did really well with his procedure. We're retiring in January. I'm retired already. Like, I just quit working early. He's retiring January 1st. With that being said, we're getting all of our medical stuff up to date while we're still covered under his insurance. So that's why he had his knees replaced. I'm getting my knees replaced. Got new glasses. Mine come while I think the day I'm having my knee replaced on Friday. I think that's when my new glasses are supposed to arrive. I won't pick them up at that time. He got new glasses recently. So, you know, we're just trying to get all the things done while we still have his health insurance. So, that being said, he did wonderful. And the prep and everything isn't so bad anymore. He did good. So that's not what we're here to talk about, but I do want to thank you all that have asked and inquired, and so I thought I would let you know he's doing fine, and he was back at work today. And he didn't lose any weight, sadly. So what are we going to talk about? I got Happy Mail today, ordered it for myself. I got this book, A Year of Dishcloths by Maggie Welton, and it's an Annie's crochet book. Bought it on Amazon. I think it was about $10, and there are 52 washcloths. Laura from Mamie's Crochet and Farming, up to shenanigans as usual, wants to start making, and look at all of them, one a week. Since Tile of the Week from Sam from Manfa's Makes is over, she wants to do one a week, and they are set up in dishcloths for a year. So they are themed for spring and, you know, their collections like that. And holidays. So that's kind of cool. They have some real cute ones. There is an Easter bunny. Like, look at the Easter bunny. Can you see it right there? So cute. I hope it's not too blurry. I love that one. And look, this popcorn, my fave. I love popcorn. So I'm going to have to make that one. I'm anticipating making them all. But we'll see how it goes. That's why I bought more yarn. So I like this red, white, and blue one. I really like that. My daughter would love that for her house for the holidays. There's a couple of red, white, and blue ones. There's another one over here and over here. I think it's red, white, and blue. Looks like not black. So I think, like, I'll make those and give those to Amanda because she loves the red, white, and blue in the summertime. And I think they will be made out of you know, the stone wash look, because I think that'll look really cool in the red, white, and blue stuff. So I'm going to do that. And I am taking your word, and many people have commented, start packing up my yarn. It is going to be a big project. I do have bags up here on the top shelf that are bagged in, like, you know, storage bags that I got off of Amazon. And I have a couple of those upstairs. So I think I'm going to leave the ones that are up there because they're a real pain to get down. And I have a couple of bins already binned up in the attic and in a closet in the room that I'm going to be recovering in. Because I can put, we don't have a bathroom on the first floor. We have a colonial, we have a bathroom in the basement, and we have a toilet, not a full-fledged bathroom. My house is over 100 years old. And so there is plumbing in the basement, there is a toilet in the basement, but we've never built a bathroom down there. And nobody over the last 100 years ever has either. And we have a bathroom up here, but we don't have one on the first floor. And so they recommend, I'm not allowed to do the stairs until I get permission. Come up here, and then I have to stay up here. So I guess for at least a week. And then, because that's all the time they told Roy he has to take off for FMLA. We're putting a recliner in the room that I go, the other room. the other is a 3-bedroom house. This is 1 bedroom, then we have the master bedroom. And then the other room, that's like supposed to be his room, but it's been the recovery room for the last year. So that's, they say sleep in a recliner. Everyone that's ever had knee surgery has told me your recliner is going to be your best friend for the next 6 weeks. So that's in that room. I have some yarn in bins in the closet. So everyone has said start bagging it up, and I think that's a really good idea. And I'm going to log it, and I can probably do a lot of that while I'm stuck up here. Like, I'll just have Roy bring up some bins, and I can log them, but I want to get the ones out of that closet. And maybe that'll be my project for tomorrow. Because once I put the recliner in there, getting into that closet is not going to be very convenient. So I think I'll pull those out, and I'll start with those tomorrow on the logging. And they're already in bins, so then I can just shove the bins back in the closet, close the door, and while I'm sitting and can't get up very well, I can log it into a log in my computer. I think that's going to be a great idea. And then I'll keep a written log in the bin as well. I think that's how I'll do it. So I think I'm going to do that. And I have yarn in here that that I'll put away as that happens. And I have a box back behind me that has all the like kitchen cotton in it that I own besides the new stuff that I got. And so I think that as I clear off a shelf in here, I'll put the kitchen cotton in there so that it'll be easy to get to instead of it's a crated bin, and I have other yarn sitting on top of it. So I think those will go, that'll be awesome to be able to get that yarn out of the bin so I can see it, so that I will have access when I want to make my 52. So you can just go on Google and put in the name 52 dishcloths. A year of dishcloths. And the book comes up. If you have Amazon Prime, free delivery, be there in a minute. So that's the first thing I want to talk to you about. I did want to talk about the Cat's Meow blanket. So, just real briefly, I have not worked on it in a couple of days. Just haven't been able to sit down in an area where I can sit down and work on it. And I do now have the full written pattern. I don't know why I didn't get it with the original download. The written pattern part. I didn't bring it up here. It's downstairs because I crochet on the couch. And that I'm going to actually sit down. I'm going to put a TV tray in front of me, I think, with my bin, little cakes in it. But I'm thinking I might rip it back out. I haven't frogged the whole thing ever yet. Like you're supposed to, But I haven't had to do that. I always have to frog. I always do it wrong where you change the color. I do it a stitch too soon or a stitch too late, and I have to take back this like a stitch or two and redo it. I don't know why my brain won't wrap around that. Probably because I'm too freaked out over how I was reading the chart. So I do have the big chart, and I will use that as well, like to help keep me in check. But the written pattern is gonna, I just know it's gonna make it fly by. So I know that I have made mistakes, and I was like, I'm not ripping that out because I'm not, a little kid won't notice. Nobody will notice even because, you know, if there's one more row where you're supposed to come out a row and you didn't, nobody will see that. Nobody will know. Nobody will care. But I do still think in my head that I am going the wrong direction at the wrong time. And so I'm thinking if I rip it out, then I know that I'll always be following the chart going the right way, or the written pattern going the right way, because I'm afraid I skipped a row, which really in the scheme of things doesn't really matter. So I'm debating. I'm thinking I might rip it out and just start over with the whole written pattern and go from there. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. I'll maybe do the first row and then see how it works out. Like row 13 is what I should be on. So maybe I'll just start row 13 and see how off I am. Because if I'm off a whole row, if it's not bad and I can fudge it, that'll be fine. I'll just, you know, make sure that I'm not, it'll help me with the height of it anyway. So I think that's what I'll hopefully try that tonight. So I wanted to talk to you about that. But if you have started it and you gave up on it, I am going to encourage you to try again with the written pattern, because that's just like reading any other pattern, and it tells you like multicolored 35. You know, and the knotted stitch, just if you can't figure it out, just do a regular half double crochet. That's pretty simple. The knotted stitch, I really like it though. So I will encourage you to try it one more time. And as Shannon from Another Yarn said, if for some reason, you know, you didn't get gauged the first time or two and you went up and down and then you're like, oh hell. I mean, I would attempt to gauge first, but then just take a few rows off the edges. Take a row or two off the top and bottom. Nobody will know, and it'll be fine. And then you won't have to worry about it. Less stress. This is crochet. It's not stress, right? Okay, so enough of that. Then the blanket that I have all the squares for, that were given to me from Lynanne, and then I made more. I finally got a design. It's not the greatest design, but I think it'll be good. I spent several tries trying to figure it out, and I came up with, it's going to be like quadrants. And oh dear, there goes my lights. Oh, they're back on. Uh-oh. It's not even windy. It really still is not. Oh, maybe at the top. I don't know. The trees are blowing a little at the top. Okay, so let's finish this up before I get into trouble. So I also started my hooker versus hooker. Again, this is Jan and Alaskan Crafter and Laura from Mimi's Crochet and Farming. They are doing hooker versus hooker. Go check them out for that. The project this month is anything Halloween. So I'm going to do a twofer and include, I'm going to make 6 granny squares to send to Billy. And this is my first one. And I was going to use that book, the 3D Granny Squares. Well, they don't give pattern dimensions that I can see on any of the squares, but I'm reading it and it says use a 2.75 millimeter hook. Well, I know Billy needs worsted weight, 4 weight yarn to make it work in her stuff. I'm not using a 2.75 millimeter hook with 4 weight yarn. So I tried to, I did several different tries, and I got smaller. I started with a 6 millimeter, which I know that was really stupid, but I was thinking if they're using thin enough yarn to use a 2.75 hook, these got to be little squares. And I normally use a 6 when I want to make a 5 to 6 inch square, a 6 millimeter. So anyway, then I went down to a 5 and it was still way too big. So then I went to the Crochet Crowd. He did a blanket of circles to squares, and I used that circle to square. And then I did a smaller circle, and I put these googly eyes on. Don't worry, they don't stick out the back. They're in between. And I did do the melty thing, so they're not going to come out. And if the kid wants to, you know, mess around with it, he's not going to get pointed because it's flat on the back. So I melted it, and I love that. And then I did eyes like Joe makes on the leggy froggies and whatever that she makes, Joe from Joe's Web. I kind of stole her idea, and I did, since it's 3D, I did fringy kind of legs, and I really liked it. I don't think I'm going to do another one of those, though. I have started a second one. This one is going to be, it's got to go to the square. It's going to have a purple square. And obviously this is going to be a jack-o'-lantern. So that's, and then I'm going to do another circle to square one. I might do 2. A white one, white circle. They don't have red as one of the colors that you're allowed to use for hooker versus hooker. So I was thinking, you know, do a red eyeball with white, do a white eyeball with the red. But I think I might do like an orange eyeball and put, I don't know, green lines in it or something. We'll see. But I'm kind of thinking about that. So the colors will be like black and then orange and then have black lines and maybe do, there's another color involved, a white background. I don't know, something like that, so that it kind of sticks out. So that would be 3. And maybe a bat. I don't know. I will look at Anita from y.o.h crochet did a granny square video, and I don't remember if she put any Halloween themes in there or not, so I'm going to rewatch that video and check it out and see what other kind of ideas I can come up with. In the 3D book, I think they only had the pumpkin and the spider, and they didn't make their spider this way, but I thought that was really fun, so I did it that way. And on this guy, I am going to crochet the eyes, and I'm going to surface crochet a hopefully a wiggly mouth. That's what I'm kind of looking at, wanting to do with that. Oh, and I could do a ghost maybe. And I'm going to make the backgrounds aren't all going to be green. They're going to be different colors. So that's where I'm at. So we'll see how the progress goes over the next few days. I will try to keep you up to date. And I will want to just thank you all for watching, liking, subscribing, doing all the things. If we are doing the Boggy Blanket Brigade blanket opening for Boggy Creek tomorrow, which will be today, if you're watching this the day of, it will be on Juan's channel, so go to Juan's channel to watch the live and see the chat. If anybody else, I'm not going to be streaming. I'm going to try to record it and then play it to my channel if I can do that. I don't know. I'm not going to be streaming. I'm going to try the record thing, and we'll see how it goes. But Nancy hasn't had internet. I don't know if Juan has any blankets, but Nancy's internet has been down for a couple of days. They had a big storm pass through. So it's scheduled to be at Juan's. If it's not this week, it will be next week. So that's all I know. Watch from Juan's channel. Okay. And Juan, Nancy, Lynanne, and will all be linked in the description box below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.